Let's talk wide receivers, though. Let's do this. Who you got?
Yeah, so I've got one Deebo Samuel currently going off the board at wide receiver 16. Oh, and how my professed love for him has fallen over the years. There's just a lot about this situation that makes me nervous. Does he still have all the talent that we saw when he was, wide receiver 3 a couple seasons ago? Absolutely. Hasn't lost a step. He's still got all those skills. But you still got Christian McCaffrey on the roster, who takes away a lot of those rushing attempts that he had, and those rushing touchdowns he was getting. Brandon Ayuk, who I've never been the biggest fan of, but he's been coming on. Like, he showed out last year when Deebo was out. Like, he was able to step up and basically replace him in that offense, and without missing a beat. Ayuk had over 1,000 yards and what do you have, like 8 touchdowns? So I mean, he came through. George Kittle, you still got Kittle there. He's going to get his. And the biggest question mark is, who's going to be quarterback for this offense? Do you have Brock Purdy, who is fine? He's fine. Can he sustain Christian McCaffrey, Deebo, Ayuk, and George Kittle, all the fantasy relevancy? That's a big ask. That's a big ask for any quarterback, let's be honest. But especially him, I don't know. Or is it going to be Trey Lance, the guy that has played in like 3 games over the last like 5 seasons, including college? It's just been bad break for Trey Lance. Like, it's not his fault he keeps getting injured, but we haven't seen him play any like real meaningful football in like 5 years, and that was at North Dakota State. So we don't know if he gets a starting job, what this is actually going to look like and what this offense is going to look like. So I just have a lot of questions about Deebo fitting into this offense, and with all the mouths to feed, still giving you that wide receiver 16 ADP at the end of the season. I don't know if he can reach that.
Yeah, and they're quality mouths. When you hear people talk about like the mouths to feed argument, a lot of the times they throw in these kind of like middling, I mean, like they're okay. Maybe even for real football, they're okay. But this is like an elite mixture of pass catchers at every position. And yeah, maybe it's Deebo. But I agree with Josh in the chat here talking about Ayuk better than Deebo, and in 2021 it was the ultimate outlier season for Deebo. I agree with that. Yeah. Here is the points per game by year for Deebo Samuel per game. So this accounts for his injuries and all that. Right. There might be a half a game here and there where he got injured and taken out. But in 2019, 12.6 fantasy points per game. 2020, 11.5 points per game. 2021, 21.2 fantasy points per game. Last year, 13 fantasy points per game. That's fine production if you're drafting him as your wide receiver, 24 to 30 in ADP, not when you're taking him this high. And yeah, man, I'm not doing it. We do it every year. We go back and forth. Is it Deebo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk? We are both conjoined on Ayuk this year, it sounds like. So that's nice.
We're conjoined.
Did you do the finger touch behind your mic so people couldn't see the sauciness of it all? Of this? Is this right. Okay for YouTube?
I had to censor it. Yeah. Well, okay. Now you're gonna
they might blur
ban from YouTube, but
they might blur it. Okay, fair enough. Dr. Dave, by the way, hosting a large dinner party, a lot of mouths to feed. That's right. Biggest dinner party in the NFL is happening in San Francisco this year, I would say.